So, Marta, I have to ask you, I was reading your bio and I read that from all of the beautiful places in the world that you've traveled, Canada left the biggest impact on you. And I just want, like, why? Why?
Because it's probably the country where I stay the more, because I lived there for 5 years. And so I felt like I studied there, I worked there. So I felt like I was part of the country. I wasn't just visiting, I was living there. I tried their health system, education system, work system. I made connection all over the different places. So it was definitely a deeper knowledge of the country. And I was there alone, so it's probably when you absorb the most, because you don't have. If you probably go with your family, you rely on your family. Instead, if you are alone with an open mind and an open heart, you are able to receive as much as possible from all the different people and all the different experiences.
That's so true. Okay, that makes sense. I was figuring it was probably something like that, something related to just connections being a big part of it, no? Feeling part of a community.
Yeah, yeah. And I arrived there with a 6 months visa because I wanted just to try a different experiences. And the country is so welcoming. They call it as the Switzerland of the American side, because they have at least when I was there, it was a very safe country, and they give you a lot of opportunities, work wise, but even intellectual and cultural. I was living in Toronto, so it's a very vivid city. And so it really attracted me to stay more and more with this. It's a country that it's open to receive um, different ethnicity, because they don't have a long history. They're made of different backgrounds. And I love the
Hmm.
fact that sometimes they used to tell me that racism, it doesn't exist there, because Canada is made from very different populations and cultural backgrounds, that they all join forces together to make a country. And so my mind was blown away, because Italy is totally different. We have such a background and such a heavy history behind us now. And this is a new country where they give you all the opportunity to express yourself. And so I stayed there. I said, I'm not leaving.
That's beautiful. Canadians are cool. All the Canadians that I know are just everything
They're
you
very
just said.
kind.
Welcoming, yes, kind, loving, open.
Yeah.
Uh, so that's nice. And you're from Italy. Where in Italy?
Florence, Tuscany.
Oh,
Mhm.
nice. What was it like growing up there?
Well, when you have the lucky to stay in a country like this, you don't realize it until you leave.
Mm.
And so after living in Canada for 5 years, I start missing my country for the very first time. And I was already a grown-up woman, because I was 30 years old. And so it was fun for me, because for the first time I was looking at my country with new eyes, like touristic eyes, like, ooh, I love to go to Italy. I love to eat Italian food. I miss this. I miss that. Um, and so, yes, when you live in Florence, you don't, and grow up there, you don't appreciate the the things around you. Now I'm more
Mm.
touristic. Like when I have holidays or free time, I like to explore different cities, local attractions in Italy, because now I
Mhm.
value them more.
And now that how did you get to retreat planning in Italy?
So I've always worked in the event industry, but for other organizations. And after I moved back from Canada to Italy, I wanted to create my business where I combine my skills and as an event planner, but with my passions. And my passion are, beside traveling, is yoga, but in yoga as a way of life. So it's not just stretching on a mat, it's mindful living, slow traveling. And I wanted to reproduce that in Italy and educate tourists who come to Italy to this kind of way of traveling instead of mass tourism. Because Italy is very well known all over the world, and the tourism industry is a heavy and important part of our industry. But having worked in that sector for many years in Italy, I saw that, especially in the past, most people come here in a very short length of time and they visit Rome, Florence, Venice, and then they leave and they go back to their country and they feel more tired and more stressed than when they have started their vacation, and they probably feel even overwhelmed because we have so many things to see, so many things to try in Italy, and so many attractions, even mass traps. And so I wanted to show them another type of tourism and having the eyes of expat, because I was living outside of Italy and I know what I was missing, but at the same time I'm still a local. I know what's authentic and what not in my country. I can alert that. I wanted to give the possibility to others to experience the same.
That's a huge advantage. And like you said, to be able, excuse me, to be able to, I also spit on myself earlier. Did you see that? In the beginning, yeah. I don't know what's going on today. Morning. So, that's such a huge advantage to know the local culture because you're from there, you grew up there, but also to be able to leave and look at it from the outside, to look at it from a different perspective. So you know not only, like you said, what's authentic, but you know what people from the outside are looking for. Yeah. So that's the best of both worlds.
Yeah, and this is why I feel like I can add true value to the people who wants to work with me. And at the moment, I'm receiving requests to expand to other countries, but I don't feel I'm ready yet. And I don't want to step on too many shoes at the same time. I don't know if it's something that you say in English, but if I stay true to myself, I have to visit the place, try the food, try the activities, connect with locals. And if you create retreats all over the world, you can do it, but it requires a lot of time, a lot of organization, a lot of planning, because you have to be in multiple countries, try multiple things at once. So for now, I want to focus on Italy, where I know I can deliver the best.
True. And I mean, you can use Retreat Builder to your advantage because the point of this community is to make these connections. So you can connect with Jilly, who's a retreat planner in Greece, and she lives there. She knows all about it.
Exactly.
And she's originally from, I don't know if she's from England originally, I think. Yeah. But she lives in Greece now. So she has that same like outside, inside perspective. So you could, not necessarily you having to go there and do it yourself, but connect with people and collaborate.
Yeah. I truly believe in collaboration and partnership, especially in this sector. I came from corporate where there was competition everywhere. It was so exhausting. Instead, I'm not saying that the wellness community is perfect. Nothing is perfect, but I see a lot of open-minded people, and they are willing to collaborate because if we join forces, we are stronger. This is a different
Yes.
mentality from corporate, no? And I love it, and I will not switch business for
Yeah.
this.
And you can, I mean, contracts are amazing because, sometimes uh when things get started, we're very happy about it and everything is great and everything is peace and love. But then you have the contracts, right? For the moments when that doesn't happen. And then the other thing is the vibe. You the vibe energy doesn't lie. And lots of people have said this. So you just know, you just know when someone is in the same place as you. And
Yeah.
I can definitely confirm with everybody that I've been meeting through Retreat Builder. It is very different. The energy is different. And people know that collaborating and coming together, like you said, makes you stronger. Or the team, together we achieve together, everyone achieves more. And it's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So you have a degree in business
Yeah.
and you studied hospitality also, right?
Yeah. In Canada, hospitality.
So how does that integrate with your retreat planning?
So it helped me a lot because what I do is I plan the retreat, meaning I find the venues, the activities. We organize the event with the daily plan, etc., which helped me a lot, of course, having experiences in the event sector and study as well in Canada. But at the same time, I offer business consultation for the retreat for my clients, meaning that I create their budget spreadsheets with
Oh,
all the costs. And we focus, of course, on the breaking point, meaning that I suggest them the price they should sell the retreat at to at least cover the costs. And then they can add the profit that they want. And based on my experiences with previous guests, what the um, business around Italy is going, I can tell them even suggested price for the retreat. So this comes in handy when you have a degree in business, because especially in this sector, a lot of professionals, they want to create the retreats, and it seems easy if you are, for example, a yoga teacher. You think, oh, I'm teaching 20 classes per week. I have these numbers of clients in my classrooms. I can create a retreat. Yes, but then there are numbers behind that because it's still a business. You still have to pay um, your rent, whatever, your life at the end of the
mm-hmm.
month. And so when people think, oh, I'll just do a retreat because I'm enjoying it. Yes, that's the first part. This is why I've created this business and I quit my corporate job. But at the same time, you put effort, time, and value. So that value needs to be converted into money.
Definitely. Yes. That's the key, that you can continue doing it and it sustains you financially so that you're able to have more retreats.
Definitely.
So I also read that you're a yoga teacher.
Yeah. Let's say that I have the degree, the certification, but I
Mm-hmm.
did it for my personal passion, personal purpose, to get a deeper knowledge of what's behind the yoga. So the history, what's behind the poses, so there is a lot of tradition and history and stories of the different chakras and everything. So I did it for myself, but I definitely not a teacher, so I'm not teaching others, not for the moment. But
Yeah.
it's a true passion. So even from my clients, every day I'm learning something. And when they say something, it's a new thing. I'm always Googling because I'm eager to know more.
And I'm sure that it helps you when planning, because you could have a planner that they know all the great spots and maybe they're into wellness and mindfulness, but they don't know the details. Like if you want to have a yoga retreat in Italy and you want a planner that understands, like you said, the chakras, and they understand the 8 limbs. And maybe if I tell you, okay, Marta, we're gonna have a retreat on the 8 limbs of yoga. Like you would know what that is, and your mind would maybe organize and choose activities and choose places that really resonate with that on a
Yeah.
deeper level.
It happened. It happened to me with a different type of yoga. So I organized a Nidra yoga retreat, meaning that they were looking for a different kind of setting. The target audience was different, and then the Ashtanga yoga retreat has definitely a different type of target audience.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yes, that helped me a lot. What I really like is to participate in retreats. So if anybody wants to invite me, I'm open. No, kidding, joking. So I feel like I have the eyes of a client, of a guest, because when I participate in a retreat, this is the list of things that I'm looking for. This is the things that makes the retreat better for guests, because when I participate, it's truly important to have nourishing food. For example, the yoga shala, if there is sessions of yoga very early in the morning, it's better to find a venue with a yoga shala facing east, because then you can have the sunrise and makes the moment more magical, and things like that. So this is a because my company is an event company, so I could organize any type of event, but I've decided to specialize in retreats right now because it's my passion. So it's what I really breathe and live, and so I could definitely keep them inside.
Hmm. And I love on your website how your services are like the cappuccino, the espresso.
I
Like
thought, yeah, let's make some Italianity there.
it was really nice. I was like, oh, this is cute. So I mean, speaking of participating, do you also have an option to help at the retreat as
Yeah.
yeah?
Yeah, so the champagne package, I wanted to call it a spumante, which is the champagne Italian version, but I thought maybe champagne is more people would know about champagne than spumante or prosecco. Maybe you know prosecco.
Prosecco, yeah,
There you
sì.
go. I will change the name of. So that package, you can add that package to any other package, and it is the concierge on-site service, meaning that we can create a retreat together or not. And with the champagne package, I'll be your retreat as a concierge, meaning that I will deal with all the organization and logistic of the retreat, while the retreat host can focus on their core business. And a lot of people came to me because they organized retreats in the past and they handle everything by themselves, and they got burnout because when you rent a villa and then you have to be the chef, the photographer, the taxi driver, for example, the yoga teacher, everything, in one person, then they get burnout, and they really love to create retreats. So for the next one, they contact me and they ask me, can we share duties, so I can be more focused on the group. And I say, of course, yeah, that's the meaning of my business, to let you be more present for your group instead of dealing with logistic and challenges that may arise.
Yes, that's great. Speaking from experience, I wish I would have had somebody like you when we hosted our retreats, because yeah, it's no joke. It's a lot of work. And then when it comes time to actually show up and be the guide, it takes a moment for you to shift the brain from like the admin logistics person to the, okay, now we're going to spirituality,
Yeah. Well, I think you can create a retreat in any way you want. You can be by yourself and do everything by yourself. The difference is if you want to invest in long term, meaning that if you partner with other professionals and create a team to build the retreat, you maybe will see costs in the present moment, but in the future, it's an investment. Long term, people will be satisfied coming to your retreat, and they spread the voice. They want to come back. And so you're able to create an even more valuable retreat the next time. It's the same for me. I started my business. I created my website by myself, and I thought I can do everything by myself. And after a couple of months, I thought, like, I can do everything by myself, but how can I step up from the competitors, from others? Okay, so I reinvest the money that I gain in photographer, a copywriter, web designer, because with their knowledge, they're able to add value to your business. And if people from outside, if you're the first fan of your business, if people see that you want to invest in yourself because you believe in yourself and in your business, you're more confident. And there are other people think, oh, she's confident. She invested in herself because she truly believes in her business. And then they give you credit and then they trust you. But if you don't invest in your business, neither other people will invest in you. And it's the same for retreat leaders. If they don't hire a photographer, it's because they think, oh, it's expensive in the short run. But in the long run, you have so good content that you can use so many times to promote your business, and you can stand up from the competition because you have very beautiful pictures and videos that can show you what you can create. In a retreat, you're able to definitely market yourself better. This is what they have to understand. Or you can do everything by yourself, but it won't be the same level.
Yeah, I agree with everything that you said. And it's so true. Yeah. It's like the saying, you have to spend money to make money.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking a lot about money lately in terms of sometimes, or a lot of us may have this idea that it's just you make it, you save it, or you spend it. And like, if money is very black and white, but there's so many different ways for money to grow. And investment is a huge part of that. And sometimes investing feels big, it feels scary, but it opens up and it helps you to expand into bigger things.
Yeah.
And then what you're able to achieve is so much more, so much beyond anything you could have thought of. But it requires you to just, take the risk. Take the risk. And I was wondering, do you include when you're helping people make the budget, do you include your fee so that they can see where the money that they're making? Yeah?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
It's
great.
my fee is one of the cost. So they know that they have to pay that back when creating their tickets and their budget. Yeah.
Are they paying you back or are they paying themselves back?
What do you mean?
So do you charge upfront or do you do it from what they are
I charge
receiving?
I charge upfront.
Okay. So they're paying themselves back. So they're basically seeing how they're going to
Yeah.
win back what they paid you,
Yeah.
which is great. It's great. So it's a win-win is what I'm trying to say. There's no losing because if you hire Marta, you want to do a retreat in Italy, then you know, you're going to get you're going to make your
What
money back.
what I always tell my clients is that it's a I'm trying to help them. So they pay me, for example, one package is venue scouting. So they pay me to find the venue that is best aligned with the retreat, and that's it. So when I find the venue and they confirm the venue, our contract finishes. And I'm always telling that I go over and beyond that, meaning that I'm not working for free, but I make sure that the venue they select that I chose for them makes the retreat successful. Like people who go there, they will be so happy that they want to come back. They want to, even if not for a retreat, they like the villa so much that they want to go back for another occasion, another type of retreat. The yoga teacher is so happy that she wants to rent the villa again. And this is because I want the client to be successful because it's a win-win situation. So if they win, I win, and not just earning that easy money for finding the venue, but in the long term, if they're happy, they will contact me back for another venue, for another retreat. They send me a referral for a friend of them, etc., etc. And at the same time, the villa owner itself um, play an important role in this because if the yoga teacher, the professional in general, confirm the retreat, then the venue itself will gain success. So we all work together to help the retreat leader succeed. The villa owners have a website, have socials. They are willing to market the retreat for my client because we work as a team. So it's not just, oh, I found the venue for you. Okay, this is my invoice. Bye. See you never again. No, yeah, I'm there to support them if there is any issue with the villa. If I need to, client ask me to go to the villa again and ask me for specific footage, with the video and stuff. And I said, yeah, why not? I mean, if it help you promoting the retreat, I'm here to help you because in the long term, it's always quantity over quality. So less client, but happy clients that come back.
Mhm. Yes, definitely. And where in Italy do you help to plan retreats?
Everywhere. So from the north to the south, there are some location and some regions that are more popular than others. There are some regions that are my favorite. So of course I suggest for specific reasons. So if it aligns with the retreat host um, intentions, I suggest them what I think uh, is the best for them. I feel like central Italy, like Tuscany and the south of Italy, it's very popular. It's a popular destination for retreats. The south is perfect because it has a nice weather all year around. So you can basically create retreats all over the all year around. Whereas, for example, in the north, winter might be too cold, might be too windy, rainy. So there are some seasons where retreat venues close.
Okay. And what are your favorite spots?
Tuscany, of course.
Okay.
I love Tuscany, first of all, because I know it, every single corner of Tuscany, but also because I feel like it has a lot to offer. It has the sea, the Mediterranean Sea. It has mountains where you can ski. It has
Oh,
beautiful
wow.
landscape, famous for the Chianti region, vineyards, cultural um, sites, very important cities like Florence, for example. And so you can create any type of retreat. If you want a silent retreat surrounded by forests, we have that. Winter retreat, beach retreat. So a lot of different type of retreats. And it market itself because everybody all over the world knows about Tuscany. They might not know where it's located, but they know what to expect. They know about Chianti. They know about the um, lush countryside, rolling hills. They can visualize that. Whereas there are other beautiful regions next to Tuscany, but they're less popular. So you have to take the time to market more your retreat, to let them know about the region, about what you expect, what is the territory, etc., etc. I really love Sardinia, which is an island, is a growing popularity now, and it is beautiful for its beaches. It has pristine beaches and clear water. It's like the water is like swimming in a swimming pool. It is because it's Mediterranean Sea, so deep there is no deep water. You can walk. It's safe even for kids, and it has white sand, so it's paradise on earth.
Wow.
And it's famous as a blue zone. So we might as well all go there and learn something from these elderly people who have this special lifestyle there. And it has some very healing and energetic rocks there in mountains and natural rocks there. So they use a lot of outdoor sessions like yoga session, meditation around these rocks because it's something magical that you cannot find in other region. And there it's beautiful all year around. So you can create a retreat there more that, for example, in Tuscany where winter, you can create a winter retreat, but you have to stay inside most of the time. So you have to find indoor activities. Whereas in Sardinia, Puglia, Sicily, you can stay out and enjoy the sun all year around.
That's really interesting. I didn't know that it snowed in Tuscany.
Yes, we have Apennini, which is a chain of mountains. It's not big as the Dolomites, of course, but it's snow and you can ski.
That's really cool. And I
Yeah.
think everybody, at least in the US, knows about Tuscany because of the movie Under the Tuscan Sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom has been dying to go to Tuscany since she watched that movie. I told
Under
her
the
I would take her.
and please do,
Hmm.
and the Gladiator as well.
Oh, oh, that wasn't in Rome.
Well, the Colosseum where they fight when he was, I think, a slave, a gladiator.
Hmm.
Yes, it was set in Rome. But remember at the beginning, the villa where he was living with his family, with all the tall trees. that was set in Tuscany, and is actually a real villa.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool too. And yeah, Sardinia, I've been it's been calling me. I recently met a couple that was from there, and I had never heard of it before. Well, no, that I have the book about the blue zones, so I think it just slipped my mind. That tends to happen. But
Yeah.
yeah, a retreat in Sardinia. That sounds
It's
amazing.
Sardinia is super, super popular among Italians. Like Italians who wants to go on vacation in the summer, good beaches, they go on Sardinia. So in the summer, it's overcrowded by Italians, the funny part. And I think I think the major issue that they have is being an island. So it's not easy to get there as on inland. For example, if you want to go to Tuscany, you just fly to Florence and you're there. And in Sardinia they have an airport, but it's not as big. So you probably have to find connecting flights. I don't know, if you're coming from US, you have to stop in Rome, and then from Rome go to Sardinia, or maybe, I don't know, Paris, and then Paris as a direct flight to Sardinia. But I think that after the Netflix documentary about blue zones, Sardinia is getting more popular
I
amongst
didn't know.
foreign people.
I'm gonna have to watch I have the book, but I didn't know there was a documentary. I definitely want to watch that.
Yeah.
Mm. And is it true? Is that where sardines come from?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
You mean the fish?
Yeah. I thought I had read that
I have
somewhere.
to check that because I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, because in Italian we call it Sardegna, which has nothing to do with the fish, because it's Sardegna. It's a different name. So I don't know. I'm
All right.
curious. I'll check.
Yeah, we'll have to fact check the fake news. The crystal fake news.
They have fresh fish, of course, there, that it's they're very famous about fish food, of course, dishes. I don't know about
Okay.
sardines.
We'll check it out. We'll check it out. As I try to, I think the sun is it's just going to be what it is right now, right in my face. So I'm just going to accept it. Yes. Soaking up the vitamin D. So how do you curate local seasonal experiences that embody the spirit of Italian destinations?
First of all, with partnership, meaning that I partner with local people who are around the area of the venue, and I meet them, and they have somehow to align with my values. Because of course there are, especially in popular destination like Tuscany, there are plenty of professionals and touristic companies, but I always scout the one that align with my values. So there is an alignment with what I'm offering, and I try them on first hand. This is the lucky part of my job, to scout the venue and try the venue, but not only that. So I search and try whatever the territory has to offer only the best to my clients.
Okay. And it like is the so I guess what I'm asking is how do you incorporate traditions or Italian culture? Like is the food usually Italian cuisine? Do you have like people in the venues that uh in the vineyards that they have traditional methods of doing things that they share with the attendees and things like that?
Yeah, so food is a very important aspect of the venues, meaning that um, one of my value is sustainability. So even the villas that I partnered with, they somehow help the environment in one way or another one. So most of them have organic vegetable gardens. So they let you pick, or they pick
Oh,
whatever is on season and they cook that for you. So this is for sure something that we implement. The venues, most of them offer vegetarian and vegan options, but they're always happy to share any of their traditional food. I mean, vegetarian and vegan are from what they pick and what they find locally grown. But if you wanna once try maybe a meat dish, a traditional meat dish in Tuscany they are carnivorous, they're not even omnivorous. They just eat meat. And so if you want to try that, or if you are in Puglia and you want to have a fish night, they're always happy to implement that. And most of the villas that I partner with are family owned, meaning that they're not big hotel chains that you can find the same everywhere in the world. So they offer unique experiences on site. For example, one villa owner has this villa, and on the property he has vineyards. So if you come there in September, October, you can harvest with them. In November, there is olive harvesting, and they are willing to offer you olive oil tasting, wine tasting. Depending on the type of the retreat, we offer different type of activity, but it always connected with the local and the territory. They did yoga in the vineyards, for example, or there is another venue that has horse ranch. Is that how you call it?
mm-hmm.
So they're happy to integrate maybe a horse riding on the beach for you, and the owner of the villa wants to show you their area. So they're very eager to come with you and treat you as part of the family and show you around if you let them do it. Yes. Cooking
That's
classes from. So
mm,
I had a laugh the other day with one villa owner because I went to see this villa and it's beautiful. An old masseria, which is an old traditional villa from the 18th century in Puglia. They completely renovated, not completely. They renovated what was needed, and the rest they left it. The old ceilings. There are fireplaces where they used to cook. So they are very big fireplaces because they used to cook bread for the entire town there. So they were very huge. And they add little details. So the villa seems luxurious in a way. And he made me smile because he told me, and he has this professional new kitchen. And I was expecting there a Michelin star chef. And an old lady appears, this tiny little lady with the apron, all consumed. And he told me, oh yeah, that she's our chef. And it made me smile because I thought, can you imagine person from the other side of the world come here, and this old lady who used to cook, who usually cook for her family on Sunday. You can imagine this big table with big families, and she take care of everyone at the table. Everyone has to eat, and during the week she works at this masteria. She doesn't speak English, but she never had a problem with communicating with guests, because with hand gesture, the love, the passion that she put in her plates, she does these beautiful cooking lessons that are real because it's what she cooked for her family on Sunday. And I thought, this is magical. Like, please don't change that. Please don't change that because, when you see this, I don't know, maybe a successful international chef, they are perfect, totally perfect. I go to these beautiful, unique restaurants, but at the same time, this old lady was making the place magic and unique and authentic because she was not dealing with clients. She was dealing with a long distance family. Like, we're coming, she treats you like family. And so I told them, please don't change, please don't change her, like, keep it there. She's perfect.
Yeah, that's incredible. I love
Yeah.
when I love hearing stories like that of people who, maybe, like you said, they're not a Michelin chef. They don't have all of these awards and certifications and degrees, but they are masters because they have been working at it every single day. Like they have completed more than 10,000 hours of mastery, and they do it with love. They do it
Yeah.
because it's just in their soul.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. And what makes the retreat special because you totally embark new new different journey. So I
Yeah.
love it.
And if I think a good story, if I come back from a retreat and say, oh yeah, I went to Italy and we took a cooking class with a Michelin chef. Maybe, it sounds impressive. It sounds interesting, like, oh, that's cool. But if I say I went to this 18th century or this house that was in the 1800s, and this authentic Italian grandmother taught me how to cook. It's different, it's like, oh, wow, her recipes must be incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about creating a world of kindness and connection, because that's another thing I resonated with what I saw on your website, just more love and kindness and compassion in the world.
Yeah. It's because I've always worked, as I previously said, in the corporate, and I felt really stressed, even when you were achieving success and you were gaining money, there was something missing. And I feel that a lot of people nowadays, especially after COVID, there is this shift where they understand that um, economic success is not everything. Especially when you gain it competing uh, with other people in a sick way. And so with Grapefruit Retreats, since it's my business, are my rules, I wanted to change that. I wanted to create kind connections and long-lasting relationship with whoever make contact with me. I have people that I met for business. They were potential clients, but then, for example, for one reason or another, um, they didn't create a retreat in Italy with me, but we stay in contact because there is something that they want to give it to me. There is something I want to give it to them. And so, for example, right now I'm joining a mindful book club of one of this person, even if it's not one of my clients. So there is not always an economic gain. There is something else to achieve. And so I want to create deeper and kind connection with villa owners. I build a relationship based on trust and credibility, as long as with my professional partners, my clients, and even at the end with with retreat guests, because I believe that we can change one life at a time, and then they can change, on a big spectrum. They can change the world. We don't have to think about the big picture, because otherwise it will be impossible to change the entire world at the same time, but maybe one step at a time to
Yeah,
make a purposeful business.
exactly. Start with yourself. That's a really beautiful mission.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. And I think sometimes when oh, did I do the right choice? Um, starting a business is always up and downs. It's not always a easy success. It's probably even harder. But I wake up every morning with a smile on my face. I want to open my computer. Like, I'm eager to see who had interact with me, the things that I have to finish for a client, etc., etc. So this is telling me that I'm on the right path.
Yes. Yes, you are. I believe it. Just-
And
And
money will.
yes, it's there. And like you said, ups and downs. Having your own business is, you have to really want to have your own business to have one and keep it and sustain it, because it's a roller coaster sometimes. And speaking of roller coaster, what are some of the lessons that you've learned? Like the biggest lessons you've learned along the way doing this?
Uh, it's probably the first year I I was working on commissions, meaning that I asked the same commission for each project. What I've learned on my own expenses is that every client is different, and they have different needs and they need different level of support. So, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So what I changed right now is I created these packages where I offer different level of support, because every client might need different length of support and different things from me. The first year, asking the same commission was not wise, but I learned ongoing, because some clients, they were just looking for a venue. I found the venue. Okay, fine. Thank you so much. Bye. And then they were organizing their first retreats. So they needed me constantly every single day, for any type of questions, even psychological supports. And so what I do right now is I customize proposal. So you tell me the length of your retreat, the number of guests that are hypothetically be at your retreat, um, the type of activities, how intense is your retreat, etc., etc. And I create a customized proposal, because I have to value my time.
Yes. Oh my goodness, especially with the psychological support. Psychological support is 50% extra. I'm just kidding, but not really. Wow, it's amazing how no matter what you're doing, whether it's planning, chefing, photography, there's always this aspect of emotional help, or like a therapeutic aspect of the business. It's very interesting.
Well, I feel honored because they rely on me. Like, even oh, Martha, I'm coming to the retreat 2 days earlier. Where can I stay? Can you find me an hotel? What type of car should I hire? All these type of questions, they were even beyond the retreat. Or do you have any suggestion about restaurant, because I'm visiting another region, for example? I feel honor because, of course, they trust you so much that they base the entire stay in Italy on you, you know? But at the same time, you need to put barriers between your personal and work life. This is something that I learned too, because if you are available for your clients, which I love, but 24 hours per day, then you don't have the energy the next day to start again. And you need that hype, you need that energy. So you need to take rest as well.
Yes. Yes. That's great advice. And one last question. What message would you like to put out into the retreat community?
I love all your questions, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I feel that the wellness retreat industry is booming. And so there are more and more people that understand the transformational value, the transformational power of a retreat. So retreat hosts have the possibility and the power to change all these people's life. But with power comes responsibility, you know? So always make sure to partner with other professionals, meaning they either have an education, they have experiences on what they do, and to rely on locals to enhance the experiences if you're doing an international retreat, of course. And last but not least, to get the help of a retreat planner like me, so you can focus on your core business and make that transformation real for your guest, while the retreat planner take care of the rest.
Yes. Aho. Amen. And all of it. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Marta. This has been a really lovely time chatting with you. I'm so glad you're here.
You too, Crystal. Thank you so much for this opportunity and for your amazing community in Retreat Builder that cannot wait to join.
Yeah, you're already here. You're in it. You're part of it. Welcome to Retreat Builder.